Welcome to RenewEnergy.com, your renewable energy and sustainability platform. At RenewEnergy.com, we believe in the power of clean, sustainable energy to transform the way we live and work. That's why we offer a range of solutions for businesses and homeowners looking to switch to renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and water. Welcome back to RenewEnergy.com, your renewable energy and sustainability platform. Today's topic focuses on the significance of public-private partnerships, commonly known as PPPs, in green hydrogen projects. Please be aware that the information shared in this video is for educational and informational purposes only. Make sure to consult professionals and conduct your own research before making any financial or investment decisions. Now, let's explore the vital role that PPPs play in advancing green hydrogen initiatives. Understanding PPPs in context. A public-private partnership is a cooperative arrangement between the public sector, represented by governmental entities, and private sector companies. Together, they finance, design, execute, and manage projects, often infrastructural in nature, for the benefit of society. So, what sets PPPs apart from conventional financing models? Traditional financing approaches often segregate the responsibilities and risks either to the public or the private sector. In contrast, PPPs are a blend of the best of both worlds, aiming to achieve optimized risk allocation. They pool resources and share responsibilities to produce a result that ideally exceeds what each could achieve alone. In other words, it's a symbiotic relationship where both public and private entities share the risks, costs, and rewards. Now, let's pivot to the quintessential question: why are PPPs indispensable in advancing green hydrogen? Green hydrogen, the production of which involves using renewable energy to split water into hydrogen and oxygen, is recognized as a crucial element in achieving global sustainability goals. However, the technology is still in its nascent stages and requires significant upfront investments in R&D, production facilities, and distribution networks. It also has to overcome regulatory hurdles and market uncertainties. This is where PPPs become invaluable. Firstly, the massive capital requirements for establishing green hydrogen facilities make it difficult for private enterprises to shoulder the financial burden independently. PPPs can mobilize public funds to co-finance these projects, thus lowering the financial barriers to entry. Secondly, green hydrogen projects are fraught with multiple kinds of risks: technological, market-based, and regulatory, to name a few. PPPs help in the equitable distribution of these risks. For instance, the government can accelerate regulatory approvals and provide land or tax incentives, while the private sector can bring in technological innovation and operational efficiency. Lastly, the public sector's involvement often adds an extra layer of credibility to the project, making it more appealing to other stakeholders like banks, suppliers, and even end users. This can expedite the project's move from a pilot stage to commercial scalability. In summary, PPPs have the potential to serve as the backbone for the rapid development and deployment of green hydrogen solutions. They offer a balanced approach to financing, risk management, and operational excellence, facilitating a faster transition to a sustainable energy ecosystem. Real-world examples of PPPs. Transitioning now to some real-world applications, let's delve into the fascinating case studies that demonstrate how public-private partnerships are revolutionizing the green hydrogen sector. Our first case takes us to Germany, home to the Energy Park Mainz. This facility is a collaborative endeavor between Siemens, the City of Mainz, and Lind Group. Funded in part by the Federal Ministry of Economic Affairs and Energy, the project aims to produce green hydrogen through electrolysis powered by wind energy. Not only has this project accelerated Germany's renewable energy capabilities, but it has also showcased how PPPs can bring together industrial giants and governmental bodies to advance clean technology. Crossing the Atlantic, we land in the United States, specifically in California, where the public utility company Southern California Gas Company has partnered with private entities and local governments to establish hydrogen home refueling stations. Public funding from the Department of Energy has mitigated the project's financial risks, making it a compelling case of PPPs pushing forward innovative, consumer-focused energy solutions. Our next stop is down under, in Australia, where a project known as the Asian Renewable Energy Hub aims to produce green hydrogen for export. This massive undertaking involves a consortium of public and private stakeholders, including Macquarie Group investors. The Australian government is supporting the project through its Renewable Energy Agency. This is an excellent example of a PPP model working towards export-oriented green hydrogen production, adding a global dimension to Australia's renewable energy portfolio. Lastly, let's highlight the high deal ambition in Europe, a monumental initiative aiming to deliver green hydrogen at €1.50 per kilogram before 2030. This project integrates the entire green hydrogen value chain, from solar power generation to hydrogen distribution. Numerous private companies are involved, but what stands out is the EU's commitment, through its Innovation Fund, to financially back high-risk, high-impact projects like High Deal Ambition. Each of these examples shares a common thread: the synergistic power of public and private sectors coming together. Whether it's reducing financial hurdles, mitigating risks, or speeding up commercial scalability, these PPPs have been successful in making green hydrogen a reality. They have tackled diverse challenges, from technological innovation to market penetration, in a manner that neither sector could have achieved independently. Benefits of PPPs in green hydrogen. Diving into the core advantages, public-private partnerships in green hydrogen offer multiple, synergistic benefits that are imperative for the large-scale development and deployment of this groundbreaking energy resource. Risk mitigation. One of the most significant benefits of a PPP is the sharing of risks between public and private sectors. Given the nascent stage of green hydrogen technology, it's essential to distribute the investment and operational risks. This distribution makes it easier to attract capital and accelerate project development. Access to funding. With both the government and private enterprises involved, a wider array of funding options opens up. From grants, subsidies, and tax incentives provided by the public sector to venture capital and direct investment from the private sector, these partnerships can tap into diverse financial sources. Technological advancement. PPPs often serve as hotbeds for innovation. By combining the R&D capabilities of private companies with public research institutions, new technological solutions for green hydrogen production, storage, and distribution can emerge at an accelerated pace. Regulatory support. Public entities can pave the way for smoother project implementation by providing favorable policy frameworks, permits, and licenses. This level of regulatory backing can significantly expedite the time to market for green hydrogen technologies. Economies of scale. Through PPPs, it becomes feasible to undertake large-scale projects that might be financially or logistically overwhelming for individual entities. By pooling resources, these partnerships can achieve economies of scale, thereby reducing the per-unit cost of green hydrogen production. Public accountability and transparency. In a PPP model, the public sector's involvement ensures a level of accountability and governance, making the project more transparent and acceptable to local communities and stakeholders. Long-term sustainability. Public entities are generally driven by long-term societal benefits rather than short-term profits. This perspective can provide green hydrogen projects with a sustainable vision, aligning them more closely with long-term environmental goals. Market validation and user adoption. The public sector's endorsement often serves as a credibility booster, encouraging market uptake of new technologies. When governments actively participate in or endorse green hydrogen initiatives, it signals market validity, encouraging other stakeholders to get involved. International collaboration. Often, PPPs in green hydrogen can span across countries, involving multinational corporations, international organizations, and multiple governments. This creates a collaborative international framework that can accelerate the global transition to green energy. Challenges and criticisms of PPPs in green hydrogen projects. Complexity and governance. PPPs often involve multiple stakeholders with divergent objectives and governance structures. This complexity can sometimes slow down decision-making and project implementation. Mitigation. Establishing a clear governance model and a dedicated team to manage the PPP can streamline processes and facilitate efficient decision-making. Uneven risk distribution. In some cases, the public sector may bear a disproportionate amount of the project's risk, including financial, operational, or market risks. Mitigation. A comprehensive risk assessment followed by clear contractual agreements can help in the equitable distribution of risks between public and private entities. Lack of transparency. The involvement of private entities can sometimes make the project less transparent, raising concerns about public accountability. Mitigation. Ensuring open communication channels and public reporting can increase transparency and build public trust. Profit motive versus public interest. Private companies are primarily profit-driven, which might not always align with the broader societal and environmental goals of the public sector. Mitigation. Incorporating sustainability and social responsibility metrics into the partnership's objectives can help align the interests of all stakeholders. Financial viability. PPP projects can sometimes be capital-intensive and may not offer quick returns, making them less appealing to private investors. Mitigation. Utilizing a blend of public grants, subsidies, and private investments can improve the project's financial viability. Regulatory uncertainty. Regulatory frameworks for emerging technologies like green hydrogen are often not well established, creating uncertainties for both public and private partners. Mitigation. Continuous engagement with policymakers and legal experts can help in adapting to regulatory changes more efficiently. Technology risks. Given that green hydrogen is an evolving field, technological risks such as obsolescence or unproven scalability can deter investment. Mitigation. Investing in rigorous R&D and pilot testing can validate the technology's feasibility before full-scale implementation. Public opposition. Any project that involves public resources is subject to scrutiny and possible opposition from communities, especially if there are environmental concerns. Mitigation. Early and sustained community engagement, along with transparent environmental impact assessments, can alleviate most public concerns. Limited expertise. The specialized nature of green hydrogen technology may mean that both public and private entities have limited experience in managing such projects. Mitigation. Collaboration with academic and research institutions can fill the expertise gap, ensuring that the project is technically sound. Legal and regulatory framework in green hydrogen PPPs. Navigating the legal and regulatory landscape is a critical aspect of setting up a successful public-private partnership, PPP, in the green hydrogen sector. Here is a comprehensive breakdown of some key legal considerations and regulations that stakeholders should be aware of. Legal considerations for setting up a PPP. Contractual agreements. Clear contractual agreements should be drafted to define roles, responsibilities, risk allocation, and revenue sharing mechanisms between the public and private entities involved. Intellectual property rights. If the partnership involves R&D, then issues around intellectual property rights need to be clearly defined to avoid future conflicts. Liability and indemnification. The contract should clearly stipulate the liabilities of each party, including circumstances under which indemnification is warranted. Dispute resolution. Establish mechanisms for resolving disagreements or disputes, whether through mediation, arbitration, or legal avenues. Environmental compliance. Given the sustainability focus, it's crucial to define environmental compliance metrics and reporting responsibilities. Exit strategy. Include provisions for terminating the partnership or for contingencies like buyouts, especially important for long-term projects. Public oversight. Define the extent to which the public sector will have oversight over project implementation and management. Data privacy and security. In the age of digital transformation, provisions regarding data collection, usage, and security should not be overlooked. International or regional regulations. UN Sustainable Development Goals, while not legally binding, aligning the project with the UN SDGs can provide it with international legitimacy. EU Hydrogen Strategy. For projects based in Europe, the European Union's hydrogen strategy outlines clear policy objectives and regulatory guidelines for green hydrogen production. U.S. Department of Energy initiatives. In the United States, several programs and initiatives provide both funding and regulatory guidance for hydrogen projects. ASEAN Framework. In Southeast Asia, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations has frameworks for renewable energy that could impact green hydrogen PPPs. African Union policies. In Africa, the African Union has been increasingly focusing on renewable energy, and its policies could influence green hydrogen projects on the continent. Climate agreements. Global accords like the Paris Agreement can set the broader environmental parameters within which green hydrogen projects operate. Understanding the legal intricacies and keeping abreast of regional and international regulations can significantly influence the success of PPPs in the green hydrogen sector. By paying close attention to these aspects, stakeholders can better anticipate challenges and plan for a successful partnership. How to establish a PPP in green hydrogen. Establishing a public-private partnership, PPP, in the green hydrogen sector involves a series of complex steps. These steps, along with criteria for partner selection and commonly used financial structures, are discussed below. Steps to initiate a PPP. Feasibility study. Conduct a comprehensive feasibility study to assess the project's technical, financial, and environmental viability. Define objectives. Clearly articulate what the public and private sectors each hope to achieve through the partnership. Regulatory review. Ensure that the project complies with local, national, and international laws and regulations. Stakeholder engagement. Involve all relevant stakeholders, including governmental agencies, industry partners, and communities, in initial discussions. Request for proposal, RFP. Issue an RFP detailing the project scope, objectives, and deliverables to solicit bids from potential private partners. Evaluation and selection. Evaluate the bids based on predetermined criteria and select the most suitable private partner. Contract negotiation. Draft and negotiate the partnership agreement, clearly outlining each party's roles, responsibilities, and contributions. Financial closure. Secure all necessary funding, whether from public grants, private investments, or a mix of both. Project implementation. Begin the project execution based on the timelines and milestones specified in the partnership agreement. Monitoring and evaluation. Regularly monitor the project's performance against the agreed upon metrics and make adjustments as necessary. Criteria for selection of private partners. Technical expertise. The partner should have proven experience in similar projects or sectors. Financial stability. Assess the financial health of the potential partner to ensure they can meet investment commitments. Reputation. Due diligence on the company's past performance, including any legal disputes or controversies. Sustainability credentials. Given the focus on green hydrogen, a strong track record in sustainability can be a major asset. Innovation capability. The ability to bring innovative solutions to the table can be a differentiator. Financial structures commonly used in PPPs. Project financing. This involves creating a separate legal entity, often a special purpose vehicle, SPV, to handle the project's financial operations. Revenue sharing models. Both the public and private sectors agree on a formula to share revenues generated by the project. Viability gap funding. The public sector agrees to subsidize a portion of the project that's not financially viable on its own. Grants and subsidies. Government grants and subsidies can provide initial capital or ongoing operational support. Debt financing. Loans from commercial banks or multilateral institutions, often with government guarantees. Equity investment. Direct investment in the project by the private sector, public sector, or both. By carefully planning, selecting the right private partner, and choosing the most appropriate financial structure, a PPP in the green hydrogen sector can be established successfully. Conclusion and future outlook. In summary, public-private partnerships, PPPs, play a critical role in accelerating the development of the green hydrogen sector. From initial feasibility studies to complex financial structures like special purpose vehicles and viability gap funding, PPPs offer a versatile and effective mechanism to pool resources, expertise, and risk. With criteria for selecting private partners focusing on technical expertise, financial stability, and sustainability credentials, these partnerships hold great promise for driving innovation and investment in green hydrogen projects. The future of PPPs in green hydrogen. Looking forward, the role of PPPs in green hydrogen is only expected to expand. As governments worldwide are making concerted efforts to reduce carbon emissions, green hydrogen stands out as a promising alternative energy source. With its myriad applications across sectors like transport, industry, and energy, the demand for green hydrogen is expected to rise significantly. PPPs, given their track record in facilitating large-scale projects and attracting both public and private investment, are likely to be at the forefront of this transition. As more case studies and successful implementations come to light, we can expect a more streamlined approach to establishing PPPs in this sector, benefiting all stakeholders involved. If you found this information helpful and are eager to learn more about renewable energy and sustainability, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with your networks. Thank you for watching. For more enlightening content on renewable energy and sustainability, stay tuned to ReneEnergy.com.